Faizal Khamisa.
Tanking, lack of free agent movement, pace of play disagreements. These just some of the issues facing Major League Baseball. All that and more were discussed in the 2.5-hour meeting between Blue Jays players and MLBPA Executive Director Tony Clark. Veteran Curtis Granderson took the lead following the meeting and was very vocal about the disconnect between owners and players.
We don't really get that conversation to communicate with them in terms of what they're trying to look for, what they think is the best. But we've definitely been voicing our side of it, and that's what we'll continue to do. I mean, it's very interesting that every opening day, every one of our salaries are public knowledge, but not what the teams bring in, not what the teams have been earning over the past year, what they plan to make at the end of that season. They're just as much of a public figure as we are.
Players Association has been making its rounds this spring and will visit all 30 teams ahead of the regular season. The executive director was not surprised at the length of Saturday's meeting with Toronto or the issues several of the Blue Jays brought up.
This is one of the more senior teams that's in the league, and you can tell by the conversations and engagement that you have with a group like this that their understanding and appreciation for all the moving pieces, the game on and off the field, is different than most. We're seeing something this offseason that we haven't seen in a very long time. As a result, players are engaged, players are trying to appreciate why what it is that's happening is happening and are asking questions in that regard. We've seen that in every clubhouse, and I anticipate seeing that moving forward. So I don't know that the tenor is any different, but there's no doubt in anybody's mind that everyone's attention is high against the backdrop of what it is that everybody's seeing.
Many of the issues being raised cannot change until the next round of collective bargaining talks. But with the CBA expiring in 2021, the players are adamant that some of the discord can be handled with more open communication.
I think what needs to just continue to happen is the players need to be more involved in making these decisions instead of your commissioner or somebody else trying to just implement rules and just, okay, the CBA says they can try to put it in 1 year. If we don't agree to it, the next year they can just put whatever they want in. Now you can just change the game, and in 5 years, the game of baseball might not even look like the game of baseball. Is that what we're trying to accomplish?
As long as we continue to keep speaking up, eventually, if we're not being heard now, we will be heard. A lot of people forget that we're human beings before we are players.
Kevin Pillar was also amongst the 5 Blue Jays to address the media on Saturday. He says he sees the value of having younger players like himself sit in on the Players Association meetings. Pillar saying he hopes that this will keep him and other younger players more informed going forward. Faizal Khamisa, Sportsnet, Dunedin.
Hey, thanks, Faizal.